Hi guys, so have you downloaded your quick start rules for heavy gear yet? If you haven't, we can wait, but not very long. So you better go and download it so that you can have a look at what we're going to have a talk about, which is what is in the starter kit rules. Well, for a start, this is the sets of paper models that you get. So we've got a south contingent and we've got a contingent for the north. In the south, oh, of course, we should mention, it's actually made up just of these two boxes, plus one of the larger kits. So in this case, the south get a Naga and the north get a Mammoth. So, but what are actually in the armies? So the Southern Army, which is the Mekon Dominion Peacekeepers, which is actually my favourite faction, except there are no guys with shields in this, who I keep waxing lyrical about. Yeah. We get a Strike Cadre. There's a 750 point limit. There's a Strike Cadre in it with a Black Mamba with a medium autocannon, another Black Mamba with a medium autocannon, and another Black Mamba with a very light rocket pod and a heavy grenade launcher. So there you go. That's your big assault weapon for firing over all that terrain and blasting all of Daryl's guys to pieces. I mean, your opponent's guys to pieces. The Strike Cadre also has two Jaeger 50s with light bazookas in it. Those Black Mambas you can airdrop in as well if you really fancied. But I don't know. They've got 17 armor. Daryl,
17 armor.
Which is just a bit higher than some of your guys.
Just a bit higher, but I have better guns than most of your guys.
You get the north, and the north specialise, of course, in sort of single target, big blasty weapons. Right. My heavy grenade launcher has ×20, which is about the best that my ordinary small gears have.
I have
the Naga has a bigger gun, bigger set of weapons, but
one of my ordinary guys has a snub cannon. It's ×28. It's death. You can't deep strike them Black Mambas, but I will concentrate on my shooting. Well, and ×28. What's your armor value?
The armor value of the Mambas is 17. 15 on the Jaeger 50s. So
17, 3 17s is 51. And if my 28 gun doubles up, you're dead.
Well.
Yeah, not 3, but we are getting beyond ourselves. But
Andy's we're number crunching now. You see, that's the thing.
Andy's gear has 17 of an armor, but my big snub cannon does 28. Yeah. So if I get 3 times his 17, if I get more than 51, he's dead. And if I get +2 with my 28 gun, you're dead because it's 56.
Well, I just have to keep hiding at that point until you can't.
But anyway,
try and get you with all the other stuff. I've got then a general purpose squad, which has a command Jaeger, who has then command points that you can add some extra actions. These guys, all these normal gears have 1 action, by the way, and it's 2 on the large Strider. So a command Jaeger, a Jaeger 40 with a light autocannon, and a light rocket pod. They've got some other little weapons as well, like anti-personnel grenade launchers and things. But as there's no personnel about, really, there's nothing really to shoot at with the anti-personnel stuff. It's only about ×4, if I remember. So the 2 Jaeger 40s with light autocannons, and a Jaeger 45 with a light bazooka and a light rocket pod, and a Jaeger 50 with a light grenade launcher and a light autocannon. What's a light grenade launcher do? That sounds
light
tasty.
Grenade launcher.
Yeah, the heavy one was quite tasty, so the light grenade launcher must be tasty as well.
I don't have a light grenade launcher. It must be yours.
Yeah, it's on here. Some light grenade launcher. There we go. ×15. That's not bad, actually. Rated far too.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, it's linked with an autocannon as well. Don't think it's actually linked together. I think they're just the same gun, but
all right.
They that's more explosions.
Andy's getting distracted by guns at this point.
You've got to look at your guns, and you've got to make sure you've got the right kit when it comes to beating you. Finally, of course, I have the Strider then, and a Strider has a medium autocannon, anti-tank missiles, and 2 anti-tank missile pods on its shoulders. They have 4 ammo in them each, so 4 ammo means shoot them as quickly as possible.
Shoot all
and then blast Daryl's guys away.
If you roll a 5+, you haven't shot all your missiles, you get to shoot again.
Well,
in my good old Northerners here,
Those zealous northerners.
We have God on our side against them heretics. Or
Oh,
you're
well,
not even a heretic. You're
what are you talking about? We're communists.
You're a communist.
No, we're not.
You're not even a heretic.
No,
You're
we're not. We're not. We just don't believe in that nonsense.
No. Well, in my winning Northerners, I have a strike squad. This is 750 again. Target
Threat value.
Target value, threat value is how they class it. So my strike squad has a Jaeger, 3 Jaegers and 2 Hunters. I've got on the Jaegers, medium autocannon, anti-gear missile, and medium bazooka. All hand out the pain.
Medium bazooka?
Medium bazooka hands out the pain. Where is it in this thing?
I don't think I get any of them.
Medium bazooka times 20.
Yeah, again, guys, there's a list of all your weapons in here with an identification chart on them as well, which is incredibly useful.
Medium autocannon, medium autocannon seem to be the standard gun almost everybody can have. Is a times 10
times
gun.
10, yeah.
It is. I've got, and then the last 2 guys, the 2 Hunters in the strike squad, have a light autocannon and a medium bazooka. Light autocannon is times 8. So it's your guy that goes to the front that dies first.
Well, he's the guy to set up crossfires.
Yeah,
that's the way I always look at it. When you're playing heavy gear, crossfire lets you increase some of the accuracy and some of the damage.
Sometimes it's worth, because if you send somebody out wide in the flank, the other person will target them. Yeah. It's worth sending somebody out in each flank. You know, sacrifice your main squad and get somebody out. Then I have a general purpose squad that has got a headhunter. He's the commander gear, and 5 other hunters with 3 times light autocannon, one of my favourite old snub cannon that will hand out the pain, and a medium autocannon again. And finally, I have a woolly mammoth. Well, it's not actually woolly, but it's a mammoth.
It's a mammoth.
And it's going to hand out the pain. It's going to be frozen ice for millions of years and then hand out the pain.
Well, that's the old mammoth, of course, is just a massive big beast.
Yeah.
So.
All these are numbered, so it tells you exactly which one you have. They're all numbered in the back.
It also tells you on the back exactly what weapon they have as well in the sort of acronym code. So there's LAC for light autocannon on that one.
It tells you on
HDL, heavy grenade launcher on that.
Yeah. Tells you on your sheet as well here the amount of boxes of damage. Basically, boxes of damage are wounds. The amount of wounds you can take, and then as you get down further, the wounds start to hurt. Some of them can take a wound, basically, take a box of damage without doing anything to it, but then it starts to get worse the further you get down.
You take light damage, heavy damage, and then critical damage.
Yeah.
If you've seen the how to play videos, you'll know that how that actually works. That it makes your gear is obviously less effective as they get more damaged.
And all the other stats you'll need are all on this sheet. It may look a bit daunting at the start. Whenever we first looked at this, it hadn't the normal wargaming stats of wounds and strength and toughness. And we're like, what's this times business? But as soon as you understand, it's just the weapon times the margin of victory.
Yeah, the magnitude of success, as it's called. So as you roll dice, the higher you get, the better roll. Say, for example, my heavy grenade launcher guy gets a nice big high roll. Then for each of those margins of success, which is for every 1 over the number you needed to hit, it's an extra. That's an extra times 20 damage.
It's basically a roll off from for each score Andy beats me by. It's times that. Yep. So if he beats me by 1, it's just 1. If you beat me by 3, then it's starting to get really, really painful. It is. But that's the basics. And then I have my mammoth. Andy has his big Strider that will hand out the pain. And this here, Andy, it's a great way just to start off.
It is. I mean, it didn't take us that long putting these together.
Half an hour.
Although we're not technically that great at cutting out the bits of paper.
What I did suggest is you could put if you're here in the UK, a 2p. You can stick these down with a 2p. That would mean if somebody opened the door or something, or you're playing outside, a bit of breeze wouldn't blow them away, and it'll keep them more in their spot.
That's it. What I actually did was I put just a bit of sticky tape on the bottom. They're all glued together using one of those glue sticks, and then just a bit of sticky tape on the bottom just to give it a bit of weight.
Yeah.
And it's enough. It's enough that if you're playing it somewhere like this inside, it'd be fine. But as Darryl says, if it's outside, you might want to stick them down to a coin or something like that, so that it's not going to go anywhere. Alternatively, of course, you could just get the boxes and have the miniatures in it.
This is it. You can start off with this, and if you like the game, you get the boxes.
Yeah, that's it.
Really easy way to get into the game.
That's it. And like I say, 2 of these boxes is for each of these 2 units.
Squads, and then you buy here. I would get my mammoth separate, or if I fancied one of the other bigger gear
tank or something
type things, I can buy it separate. I don't have to have a mammoth, but you can get these 2 starter boxes. is which most of the armies will pretty much have to have these basic, almost troops you would call it, to start your army.
Well, that's it, guys. So, if you've downloaded the quick start rules and you've had a go with the game, why don't you drop some comments below and tell us what you think of it? If you haven't, then why not? Get out there, get that downloaded. It's a PDF, so you can just have a read of it, then print it out if you want to have the little soldiers and stuff printed out, the little the gear models printed out. And we want to know what your painted gears look like. So if you have stuff painted up, then send us the pictures so that we can put them up on the website. So guys, we'll get on and look at some more heavy gear stuff, and we'll be back soon.